The man who named the world. It wasn't a sword. It wasn't a cannon. It wasn't even a crown. It was a letter, written by hand, ink on parchment, folded and sealed with wax, then smuggled out of Portugal like it contained state secrets. Because it did. This wasn't some merchant scribbling about spices and sea monsters. This was a man claiming something bold. These aren't the shores of Asia. This is an entirely new world. And history? History listened. Maps were redrawn, names were changed, and one man, who wasn't even trying to be famous, accidentally became the name of an entire hemisphere. Let me tell you about Amerigo Vespucci, the man who figured out what Columbus didn't. Back in the late 1400s, sailing was like gambling with sharks. Nobody really knew what was out there. They thought the earth was much smaller. They thought Asia was just a few weeks' voyage west of Europe. They were wrong. Christopher Columbus hit land in 1492, but he thought he'd reached India. That's why they called the people Indians. Columbus died believing he'd reached Asia. But then comes this guy, a Florentine merchant, not a nobleman, not a general, just a brainy, curious numbers guy with a sailor's heart and a compass that told the truth. Amerigo Vespucci didn't start out as an explorer. He was a clerk, a ship supplier. He made sure your voyage had oranges, oars, and cannonballs, but he had itchy feet and a brilliant brain. When he finally set sail, he kept track of everything. Stars, coastlines, currents, distances, people, plants, animals, vibrations. He didn't just explore, he analyzed. And on his second or third voyage, some say 1499, others say it was 1501. Regardless, he had the stone to say out loud what everyone else was too scared to admit. We're not in Asia. We're not even close. This is a new continent entirely. Here's where it gets wild. Amerigo sent a letter to his buddies back in Europe. That letter got copied, and copied again, and published, and translated. It spread like wildfire. People were calling it the Four Voyages. It didn't have swords or battles. It had ideas, truth, curiosity. And then in 1507, a German mapmaker named Martin Balsamüller read it and said, "We should name this place after him, America, after Amerigo," because he figured it out first. That's right. Columbus sailed it, but it will be named after Amerigo. And now here we are, 500 years later, living in a country named after a nerdy, curious, star-chasing Italian man. Amerigo didn't conquer anything. He didn't lead troops. He didn't plant flags. But what he did was unprecedented. He saw clearly. When the world was lying to itself, when the experts were doubling down on wrong answers, when Columbus was still calling it Asia, Amerigo paid attention. He trusted the math. He trusted his gut. And he told the truth. And the world changed his name into a continent. Not one, but two beautiful continents. Let's get honest. Most of the time, the people making the biggest difference aren't the loudest. They're the ones paying attention, doing the work, double-checking the data, asking better questions. Amerigo Vespucci wasn't trying to become a legend. He was trying to understand what the hell was real. And while other men chased fame, he chased the truth and got something better, the ultimate legacy. So here's your Monday mission. Look at your life. Look at the maps you've been handed. Are they true? Are they working? Or are you calling something Asia when it's really a brand new world? Maybe your job isn't what you thought. Maybe your relationship needs a new route. Maybe your goals are outdated and it's time to redraw your map. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for applause. Do the work. Make the voyage. Send the letter. You might not get a parade, but one day someone's going to say, "That guy saw it before the rest of us did." This is Shawn Michaels reminding you, you don't need to conquer empires to change the world. Sometimes all it takes is one good look at the stars, a little courage to speak the truth, and a whole lot of grit to stand for something. So go. Chart it, challenge it, and name your own damn world. Let's go. America, fuck yeah. Woo fucking who. And that was your Monday morning motivation.